Good morning. I'm Alberto Cavallero of Perkins Eastman, leading the design effort for this project. Our Shanghai, New York studio is grateful for this opportunity to continue our connection with the culture and architecture of the Wuxi region. We're delighted with the progress of our Symphony Hall project. We look forward to its completion at the end of this year, and we're deeply committed to its success. We're fascinated by the potential of this Peach Museum project and the way it combines traditional museum exhibits with immersive environments, its integration of research space and meeting space, and its strong connection to the region. We see a tremendous opportunity to create more than just a building and site. This can be a place that is richly layered with meaning. It will start, of course, with how it looks. We understand that there is a high standard for how memorable a place must be to attract people from all over the country. And we can't wait to show you our ideas on that front. But the looks are just the beginning. Like with a person, there is truth under the skin, an emotional response, particularly with the significance of the topic of peaches and peach blossoms. These emotions touch on a great tradition of Chinese poetry. Our architecture should work on that poetic level as well. Then there's the historical dimension. The project and its museography should convey the deep historical context of peaches in China, a history thought to be more than 6,000 years old. Another layer is educational. The process of peach cultivation, a mixture of science and artistry that has developed over millennia, is fascinating and technical and impactful to the local economy. This can be a place where we teach future generations the beauty and importance of the craft. And finally, we see a rare opportunity to make a museum that doesn't just show, it produces and distributes peaches. This will make it a unique museum experience. Today, we're going to show you two concepts that aspire to achieve all of these goals, and we look forward to your responses and direction. First, there are some important organizational principles which we believe are essential to the project. These are shared by both of our schemes. We see the main entrance to the site as a forecourt at the south side, allowing building entrance from the south in accordance with traditional planning of important cultural buildings. This orients the vehicular entrance from the major north-south road. Public parking access will be from the southern zone and is fully accommodated below grade. Service and distribution will be from a secondary site entrance at the minor east-west road on the north end of the site. Per your direction, we've also developed some ideas for the development of the site neighboring at the west boundary of the project site. We envision this as a combination of research, retail, and live-work residence for visiting artists and scholars. This zone can have a strong pedestrian connection to the museum while providing an equally strong urban framework for future urban development. Our first design concept is called Peach Blossom. The organization of the building and site is generated from the five-sided structure of the peach blossom itself. Its architectural translation into circular spaces is influenced by the nearly perfect shape of the honey peach. Two of the spaces are devoted to meeting and research, while the other three are for exhibition and experiential programs. The in-between spaces are the core of a clear circulation and support network for the building. Important views of the mountains are captured from the interior of the building, and the building seems to float elegantly in a body of water surrounded by trees. The roof captures rainwater and the energy of the sun. We want to create an iconic and unique presence that will be visible throughout the area. The big roof form does this while also accomplishing some other important things. The roof can be covered by integrated photovoltaic roof panels, a technology that is important to this region, and which has moved beyond traditional usage, integrating now aesthetics and functionality. This technology has been applied to the Symphony Hall project. In this way, the building acts like the peach blossom, soaking in the energy of the sun. And also, like a flower, the form of the roof harvests water and channels it to the central courtyard garden space and the pool of water that reflects the building, blurring the boundaries between inside and outside. There's an emphasis on adaptability of use. Each exhibition space is essentially a flexible, high bay environment that can be fitted out for a variety of uses. But each of these spaces is also unique. The southwest space is actually triple height, connecting down to the lower level, where visitors and staff may enter directly from the parking garage. The southeast space is a daylit, double height space that can be experienced from both the main museum level and an elevated second floor gallery. And the northeast space is a darkened interior space built for immersive digital displays. Just outside, the cantilevered roof form creates social spaces that encourage community. And as a whole, the project is a bold statement for ecology, technology, and experience. This is a design concept that is about emotion, spectacle, and connection to the landscape. Our second concept is one we call Harvest. It is thematically ambitious, inspiring to be a truly unique museum experience. It's not just where we talk about peach cultivation, it's where the cultivation happens. It's equal parts experimental landscape and bold architecture. It rises from the earth to reveal, demonstrate, and celebrate. It is a working museum, a place of production, and there's nothing like it in China or anywhere else in the world. The geometry of the building celebrates the 24 solar terms of the Chinese lunisolar calendar, arrayed at 15 degrees around the central atrium space. This calendar has deep roots in Chinese agrarian history and culture. 22 of these roof elements are real planting plots, spiraling up around the center. Each is accessible to visitors and museum staff. The whole building is a sort of machine for peach cultivation, with visitors arriving from the south and peach production exiting from the north. An area at the northeast can function as a weekly farmers market, and the west side connects directly to the neighboring site. The bilateral organization of the building expresses balance, a balance between production and consumption, balance between work and leisure, and of course, balance between the missions of the museum program, exhibition and research, meeting and education. The anatomy of the building allows visitors to navigate the building three-dimensionally, not just moving horizontally, but reaching up into the sky and down into the earth, like the veins of the peach tree itself. The building form rises up to two important and independent spaces, a museum gallery and a major meeting space. Each will have a commanding view of the nearby mountains and will be in demand as must-see visitor spaces and event rental spaces. The layering of all of these meanings is important. It creates a total that we believe is greater than the sum of its parts. The form of the building is by nature aspirational, reaching up to the sky to capture light, water, and views. The interior spaces are dynamic, with an ever-present sensation of space that draws you upward and around. The upper floor opens to the exterior harvest terrace, where peaches can be collected from the exterior platforms in a yearly ritual that is visible to the public. And below the terrace, at the center of the interior, is the atrium, the central triple-story exhibition space that can be the site of events or unique large-scale exhibits. Seen from the outside on the street, or from the surrounding countryside, the form of the building rises from the landscape while creating a memorable and iconic architectural presence. We're also aiming for something poetic and profound. Think of the story of the peach blossom spring, where the fisherman discovers an otherworldly and beautiful place. Likewise, when we enter this museum, we enter a building and a landscape environment all in one, a world of discovery and refuge to which we will long to return to again and again. These are our two concepts. They share a common DNA of goals and objectives. We felt compelled to bring you a range of our investigations at this important moment in the competition. We thank you for your time, and we look forward to your recommendations on how we may best proceed.